El Exec, el Exec, el Exec. El Vélez, el Vélez, el Vélez. El fenómeno que todos quieren ser. El chamaquito que no pueden entender.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to episode 144 of the Exec Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Overlays. Sorry for the voice. I guess I strained my voice in my last episode going for 2 hours. So now I got like a little like throat itch and stuff like that. So we're battling here, but I just love doing this and I want to do this for you guys. And I know you need your predictions and I know you need your breakdown. So I'm here, fighting through it. That's how we do it. We grind, through sickness and health, just like the Bible says. So, I'm married to the game. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the like button. It helps a lot. Follow me on all my socials. But God bless you and let's get cracking. So first thing we got to talk about, I'm going to get NASCAR out the way. I talked about it a little bit. My last episode is Talladega. It's unpredictable. Unfortunately, it's probably the track that probably you can least predict the winner. I know who's good at it. You got your Denny Hamlins, you got your Kyle Larsons, your Joey Logano's. Mostly everybody that is good at it is not in the playoffs, however. But the playoff drivers like a Kyle Larson, like a Chase Elliott, like a Bowman, a Reddick, they will be ready for it. They'll be ready to draft. And I expect somebody of that bunch to be the winner on Sunday. Yeah. All right. Let's get to baseball real quick because it is, stuff has happened in the postseason so far. So let's start. So the Houston Astros have officially, their era has ended. I didn't mean to press that button. It's incredible that a team that goes 7 years straight to the ALCS completely falls apart in the wild card round against a team who was 10 games behind at the beginning of August. They got swept. The Astros got swept 2-0 behind Tarik Skubal just being an absolute beast. We're talking about like a beast. American League Triple Crown winner as a pitcher, Justin Verlander, and I forgot the other Tiger who's done it. But he's the third Tiger to ever do it. And then the next game, here comes AJ Hinch, former Houston Astros manager with the 2017 team. Regardless of the controversy, they still won the World Series. This man proceeds to do an excellent 7-pitcher bullpen game in the game 2 on the road in the wild card series against the absolute juggernaut of the AL for the last 10 years and completely shut him down. Shut Altuve down, shut Kyle Tucker down. We didn't hear anything there was no home runs for nobody. Bregman was probably the best hitter the whole series. Yainer couldn't do nothing. And even when they got people on, they just couldn't bring them in. We're going to talk about the Orioles, but they had the same issue. They just couldn't bring people in. Had people in running scoring positions, 1 for 7 with with runners in scoring position. You just cannot win like that. You need to take advantage of the people on base. 2 teams that have done that really well. Actually, 3 teams. If I had to say, it'd probably be. I could say the Tigers, but they didn't have a lot of people on base either. It kind of they were. Bases loaded against Josh Hader, and that's how they went in on top. That's how they broke the tie after Parker Meadows hit a bomb. Wendell Perez on a pinch hit in the bottom of the 8th inning. In the top of the 8th inning, it was. when shit goes left, you can tell it went left. And Josh Hader couldn't do it. Ryan Presley allows the tying run to come in on a wild pitch earlier in that inning. And just like that, the guys that have gone to 7 straight ALCSs and have captured 2 crowns are going home and have a lot of soul searching to do, although they really don't, because if I was them, I would sign Breggy back. There's not much better third baseman in the league that you're going to get, than Bregman, especially at the bat and the fielding. You have to get everybody healthy. Urquidy, Christian Vasquez, you have to get everybody back healthy. It's the only way that you're going to compete next year, because these teams are really coming. The Orioles, the Royals. I mean, you can look at the Nationals next year. They're really coming. So, but shout out to the Detroit Tigers. The run continues, this magical run. AJ Hinch said it perfectly after the game when they were celebrating. I don't know who did it, but they let the Tigers get hot. And, that's what happens. Good pitching, good bullpen, good managing. That's what wins in the postseason. So, timely hitting as well. So then we go to the Kansas City Royals, and they just win by straight up pitching. Pitching and timely hitting by 2 people. Bobby Witt Jr., Vinny Pasquantino. Mostly Bobby Witt. The fact that the Orioles went, I think, 1 for 17 in both games, through in combination of both games with runners in scoring positions, is atrocious. But also you have to give props to Cole Ragans, because the first game he put an absolute gem, 8 strikeout, 6 innings, just dominated. And then Seth Lugo gave him 5. In the second game, and then Serpa, Exec finished it. It's really disappointing for the Orioles. They're still really young, but it's about to get really expensive because they got to pay. I think they got to pay Mountie. They're gonna have to figure out what to do contract-wise with Westberg and Cowser, although I think they might have some control there still. Anthony Santander, guy like Cedric Mullins, O'Hearn. The pitching. Can you get John Means back? Can you get Grayson Rodriguez back? Can you get Kyle Bradish back? That's all stuff that you need to know. Can you keep Corbin Burns? It's another thing. So, but shout out to Kansas City. Moving on. Bobby Witt, baby, in playoff mode, getting clutch singles, out doing infield single hits to take the lead. Just doing everything, man. Just showing why he's the future of the game. Some people say they should have walked him, especially the second time in game 2, when the Michael Garcia was on second. It's the postseason. You're gonna walk him and then get Vinny Pasquantino. I know that that's a lowering in average, but power's still there. Excuse me. Power's still there, so but Bobby does hit 333. So you kind of got to pick your poison there. But I'm glad that the Royals move on. Really good story. And if Bobby Witt keeps going and Cole Ragans keep going, by all means, let's go. And Salvi's still there, so they just got to keep getting hot, and the pitching has to just keep taking over. Cole Ragans and Seth Lugo could be wins. Game 1, game 2. They still got Walker. But at the same time, you got to hit. They won with 3 runs. I don't think that happens in the next round. The Brewers force a game 3. It's at 8:30 tonight. I'm picking the Brewers to win. It's Tobias Myers versus Chris Peterson. Jackson Churio. This kid is insane. lead off, bottom of the first, home run to tie it 1-1 after the Mets seize momentum 1-0 in the first inning. And then they're down 3-1. No, they're down 2-1. And this man in the bottom of the 8th inning hits another home run. Same spot. Technically same pitch. I mean, one was 93, one was 91. Top of the zone, away from him. Got the barrel out, got extended. Oppo, Taco, twice. Youngest player since Andrew Jones, which was the youngest player to ever really do it by a couple of days, by like 10 days, to hit 2 home runs in the same game in a postseason at 20 years or younger. This kid is insane. He's a superstar. They gave him $2.6 million when he was at 16. And then when he was this year, they gave him $85 million. So they knew that this kid was special. The power, the pop is there. He's speedy. He's a great outfielder. I think he's going to be one of those superstars great to come, just like a Bobby Witt, just like a Gunnar Henderson, just like a Paul Skeens. It's just one of those guys, And he put him on his back, and then Garrett Mitchell hit the go-ahead 2-run home run right after him. I think the Brewers captured momentum last night. I believe that they can finish it. They have, to me, although the Mets are hot, I believe they have a better team and they play more as a team. But the thing about the Mets, and we're also going to talk about the Padres, they are really aggressive and they love putting pressure on you early. You don't get a break. It's swing, swing, swing. And if they make contact and it's out in the outfield, you already got people on base, no outs, 1 out. And it's pressure because you got Francisco, then you got Vientos, and you got Alvarez, and you got Nemo. It's a nonstop train. Marte, it's a nonstop train of like guys who can hit you. So, but I think the Brewers got this. I think the Brewers got this. And then finally, the Padres sweep the Braves. This was kind of predictable, not only because of the pitching matchups, not having Chris Sale game 1 with the back spasms, or for the series that matter, but no Acuna. Ozzy wasn't in rhythm. Matt didn't have the best season, even though he finished well. Sean Murphy didn't have the best season. Ozuna was the only real offensive weapon the whole year. Consistent one. Then you had a revolving door between d'Arnaud and Gio Urshela, and Mike. You lost Michael Harris Jr. for a while, but not having Acuna really and Strider. Acuna and Strider there. If you have Acuna and Strider there, even without Chris Sale, you can win that first game because you throw Strider out there. You got Acuna. You got you got a shot to put pressure, but with a guy like Michael King in the first game, dealing 12 strikeouts, just pounding the zone with fastballs, and just people just not even getting close to the changeup or the slider. Struck out 8 on sweepers. He was disgusting. It was disgusting game 1. The offense woke up. The game was basically over in the I believe it was either the bottom of the first or the bottom of the second. Fernando hit an absolute bomb. And that was it. That was the game, essentially. And then you got Jackson Merrill playing his ass off, and that's another rookie that's going to be incredible. Probably the rookie of the year, although I would pick Skeens because he went 170 innings, a 1.96 ERA, 170 strikeouts. Not 170 innings, 170 strikeouts. I think he went 160 innings or 158. But still, that's disgusting. Merrill, what he did is amazing. What Churio did, youngest 2020 season, is amazing. But like Skeens 1.96 as a rookie, 11 wins. Yeah, I just, that to me, that's incredible. The Padres offense, the reason that they could be a problem for the Dodgers in the next round is because the Dodgers are kind of limping in pitching wise. You're going to look at a rotation of, I believe it's going to be. So you got no Glass now. It might be Yoshinobu. A combination of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Landon Ncaa, Clayton Kershaw, and I'm missing a big one, and I cannot believe I'm actually missing him. Hold up, let me get that because I am brain farting right now so hard. It's incredible. Hold up, it's who's pitching the first game? Have they announced it? Who's pitching first game? Gavin Stone. So you're looking at something like, or he might be hurt too. Hope he's not. Hold up. Let's see. We have. It's gonna be it's gonna be Jack Flaherty, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Walker Buehler, Landon Ncaa. That's what it's gonna be. So there is some holes there, Yamamoto hasn't been pitching for a long time since the injury. Flaherty's been pitching his ass off. Walker Buehler's up and down, more down than up right now. And then Landon Ncaa is a very young pitcher. So, if I'm the Padres, I'm looking for anything in the zone. And I'm trying to bop it out of here. They apply constant pressure from batter one. I mean, you're talking about Arias, and right after Arias, you got Fernando, and then you got Jerickson and Xander, Solano, Cronenworth, Merrill. Like, it is a hellacious lineup. Higashioka hit 2 bombs this series. So it is a hellacious lineup with a hellacious pitching lineup, probably starting with Michael King. Then you go to Musgrove, and then you go to Cease. When you have a guy that is over 220 strikeouts and almost led the whole MLB in strikeouts as your third starter in the playoffs, that's legit. So, but shout out to the Padres as well for that. Let's go to the NCAA. I'm trying to run quick here because my voice is getting worse by the second, guys. But I'm doing this all for you guys right here. Love you guys. Now let's go to the FBS. Let's do the whole thing. Oregon, Michigan State. We're going Oregon there. Houston, TCU. I think I'm going TCU. You got UNLV, the 25th ranked team in the nation at 4-0 versus Syracuse. I think Syracuse wins that game, man. They got they got the kid from Ohio State. Oh, I forgot his name. Well, Kyle McCord. He's been playing well. They're giving UNLV a 79% chance to win. I guess Syracuse must be hurt, even though they're 3-1. I don't know, man. UNLV hasn't been really good at football in a long time, so they're more of a basketball school. Remember Bobby Knight, but UNLV minus 6 points. I'll go with UNLV. I'm gonna go with the ranked team. UCLA, Penn State. I think Penn State takes care of business. Texas A&M, Missouri. I think Missouri takes care of business. Oh, I just remember when I said Jack Flaherty was going to start game 1. It just got announced that Yoshinobu Yamamoto is starting game 1 for the Dodgers. So basically, speaking on Missouri, Texas A&M, Sorry about that pause. My computer was doing something, saying the recording was not something. So I'm going with Missouri. They're 4-0. They've been playing their ball. They've been playing really hard. Texas A&M, I'm still got questions about their quarterback. So I'm going to go Missouri on the road because they're going to College Station. But I'm going with Missouri number 9 over number 25, Texas A&M. SMU, Louisville, we're going Louisville. Purdue, Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin gets off the schneid after losing to USC last week. UMass versus Northern Illinois. I don't think we care about that. Boston College, Virginia. I'm going BC. Boston College. Pitt versus North Carolina. We're going Pitt. They're 4-0. Not ranked. Interesting. That's what happens in the ACC. Wake Forest, NC State. We're going NC State. Navy versus Air Force. Shout out to the troops and to the academies. I think I'm going Navy here for Bill Belichick. They're 4-0. They run the ball incredible. So I'm going with the Navy. The midshipmen. Army versus Tulsa. We're going Army. They're 4-0. Tulane versus UAB. We're going Tulane. Nobody cares about that. Ohio State, Iowa. In the Buckeyes. At the Horseshoe. This is a massacre. Iowa's 3-1. Good for them. Ohio State's going to run all over them. I think they're going to pass the ball all over. Iowa's defense might hold up for like a half, but eventually the floodgates will open for Ohio State. Georgia, Auburn. Georgia gets off the schneid. They beat a really bad Auburn team to get to 4-1. They're 5 right now, so they didn't drop that much from 2 to 5. That's all right. Ole Miss, South Carolina. Ole Miss gets off the schneid after losing to Kentucky last week in embarrassing fashion. I think they beat the 3-1 South Carolina Gamecocks. Indiana, Northwestern. I'm going Indiana. Going for 6-0 for the first time with Kirk Cignetti. First time, I think, in, I don't know, more than 20 years that they'll be like 6-0. I remember they're a basketball school. Temple versus UConn. We're going UConn. Virginia Tech, Stanford. I don't know. 2-2 versus 2-3. Virginia Tech is getting 7.5 points. I'm going to go Virginia Tech. Rutgers, Nebraska. I'm going Nebraska. I think Raiola has that. West Virginia, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State getting 3. Yeah, I'm going to go Oklahoma State. I think Ollie Gordon runs all over them. Alabama, Vanderbilt. That's a disgusting game. Alabama all day. Colorado State, Oregon State. We're going Oregon State. Clemson versus Florida State. I think we're going Clemson. They're minus 14.5 point favorites. Boise State, Utah State. We're going Boise. That boy Ashton Genty is insane. I expect him to have another big game. And then we got Tennessee versus Arkansas. I think Iamaleava. Nico Iamaleava. There it is. Just throws all over them. They're the number 1 offense in the country. Michigan versus Washington. I think Michigan gets it done. Washington's not the same team they were last year. Obviously not. They lost the 3 wide receivers and the quarterback. So, yeah, I'm going to go Michigan there. You got USC, Minnesota. We're going USC. Got Iowa State, Baylor. We're going Iowa to go to 5-0. After that, Florida versus UCF. UCF is the favorite. Minus 2.5. Boy, if we lose to UCF, it's. I'm gonna go with Florida. It's in the swamp, but I'm not confident about it. Let's just say that. Duke versus Georgia Tech. We're going Duke. They're 5-0, not ranked. Same thing. ACC. Arizona State versus Kansas. We're going Arizona State. And then Miami goes to Berkeley in Cali, where game day is going to be at 10:30 p.m. I don't know what it make it. I mean, it's a West Coast game. That's why. And we're going Miami there. I think Miami goes to 6-0. They're eighth in the country. Cam Ward puts on another stellar performance. and I think Miami wins in California. And then Texas Tech, Arizona. I'm gonna go Raiders. I'm gonna go Texas Tech. Patrick Mahomes, alma mater. That's NCAA. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the NFL. Tonight I got the Buccaneers. I just think that the combination of offense and defense for the Buccaneers is better than the Falcons right now because Baker has been playing at such a high level. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't completely believe in the Atlanta Falcons, but you can't run the ball up the middle against Vita Vea, so that's going to take out a certain aspect of the run game, in my opinion, with Bijan and Tyler Algier, although I believe in this Falcons offensive line. But then on the other side, if you look at Baker, this defensive line for the Falcons is not putting pressure on the quarterback, even with Matthew Judon and Grady Jarrett. So I'm not fully confident that they could get to Baker. And if you can't get to Baker, he's going to find Mike and Chris and also Sterling Shepard, his old buddy from Oklahoma. So I think that eventually the Buccaneers are just going to be too much, and I expect the Buccaneers to win this game. Maybe not by a lot, but I expect the Buccaneers to win this game on the road against Atlanta. We got Jets-Vikings. We're going Vikings there. There is no way in hell that dysfunctional shit team, not because of Aaron Rodgers, but just the top-down dysfunction that there is going to be a fully oiled machine of Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, KOC, Brian Flores. Like, there is no way in hell. Even if the Jets defense plays good, I think the Vikings eventually just have the ball way too much, and the Jets will under pressure. Ravens-Bengals, I'm going Ravens. I do have the inkling that the Bengals are going to play much better because they have T. Higgins now, and Chase Brown looks like a little bit better of a runner. But when you look at the other side of Bengals versus the Ravens offense, it's just not a contest. And then that Ravens defense can really shut you down if they really wanted to. So we're going to go Ravens there. Do I expect a big game from Derrick Henry? Possibly. That defense can be run on. So possibly big game from both Lamar and Derek. I don't know about the receivers, though. It might be a run heavy game. Although if I'm Zach Taylor and I'm looking at that Bengals defense, I'm not particularly scared of anybody in the back end with the cats I got in Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. Colts Jaguars, tough matchup because the Colts are either gonna play AR or not play AR. AR is questionable at this moment. Oh, he was a participant in practice. AR's playing. So AR versus Trevor Lawrence in Trevor Lawrence's house. They're giving the matchup predictors 50.7% to 48.9% in favor of the Jags. The Jags are 0-4. They're gonna come out desperate. I just don't think that defense can hold up against it. But no JT. JT ain't playing either. I think that's a big, because he didn't practice today. So I don't think JT will play. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to give Jacksonville one last shot. Now, this Indy defense has some dogs on it. DeForest Buckner, Latu, you got Kenny Moore. So, if the defense dominates the Jacksonville Jaguars, all right. But I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, the Jaguars wake up and win this one. If not, this shit is pack it up and it's over. But I think at home, I'm going to give the Jags the benefit of the doubt. Gabe Davis is questionable. He did practice. So he's playing. Evan Ingram, he practiced. He's playing. Yeah, so they're going to have basically their full complement of offense back. Jonathan Taylor. Kenny Moore did not practice. Oh, he didn't practice on Wednesday, so he's questionable. And then Jonathan Taylor didn't practice. Kwity Paye didn't practice yesterday. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jags. I know that's kind of lofty, but I think the Jags get it done. We go Browns, Patriots. Miami versus the Patriots. Listen, guys, I don't know. We just lost against Tennessee. Tennessee has no offense. New England has less of an offense. But if we're rolling out there with Snoop, you know what? I'm going to put it this way. I believe that Miami could win this game. Now, they're 40% to lose. 59.7% are on the Patriots. We gotta be able to run the ball. We have to run the ball. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We have to run the ball. Armstead is going to play. He was a full participant in practice. We lost Jalen Phillips again to a knee injury. Again, just like he was at UM. That's why he fell in the draft. Injury prone. Odell's not playing. He's on PUP still. Is Jabril Peppers playing for the Patriots? Was limited participant at practice, so he's playing. Kyle Duggar did not practice, so he's probably not playing. And Marcus Jones, all the cornerbacks, he's just questionable. He just didn't say if he practiced or not, just questionable. KJ Osborne, there's like third receiver. No, he remains sidelined at practice, so he ain't playing. Cole Strange, the guard. Oh, he's on PUP. He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. And then their center's gone. Matthews, he's done too. Earlier this week at practice, he suffered a season-ending knee injury as well that needed surgery. So, Raheem Mostert for us, limited at practice, so he'll play. So I think it'll be him and Devon Achane. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins here. We have a full complement of running backs. The only guy we don't got is Tua. Everything else is there besides Jalen Phillips. I'm gonna go with Miami, man. I think Snoop in this second week does better. I'm gonna go with Miami. Browns Commanders. We're going with the Commanders here. Now that Cleveland defense is different, man. That Cleveland defense is different. Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith, Denzel Ward, but I just believe in Jaden Daniels. I believe in Terry McLaurin. I believe in this running game. And I think that the Washington Commanders get it done at home. They're 3.5-point favorites, 63.2% in the matchup predictor. Yeah, I think Jaden McDaniels just keeps it going. Nick Chubb is ready to come back. He was a limited participant in practice, but his window is open to coming back. So within the next 2-3 weeks, he will be back on the field. Austin Eckler, he should be playing. Practiced in full today, so he's back. Brian Robinson Jr., he didn't practice today, so it's possibly Eckler as the lead back. Njoku didn't practice, so he might not play again. Zadarius Smith, Myles Garrett, limited participant, he should play. Zadarius Smith, limited participant, he should play. So both are going to play. But I'm going to still give it to the Washington Commanders. I just think that they have a better offense, and that defense is playing well under Dan Quinn. So, and then against that Cleveland offense who hasn't shown anything. And yeah, that defense, they're 1-3. That defense clearly has a little bit of shortcomings as well, even though with their players that they got. But I'm going to go with the Commanders. Bills-Texans. This is probably the game of the week for me. And if I'm being honest, if I look at both people, it is a 56% chance that the Bills win according to the matchup projector. I think that matchup projector is wrong. I'm going to go with the hometown team, Houston Texans. Ed Oliver, for is playing. He was limited at practice today. Khalil Shakir not participated in Thursday practice. Got to watch out for that. Was his main target the last 2 weeks. Terrell Bernard, he practiced. He should play. Taron Johnson, he practiced. He should play. Taylor Rapp, no, he did not play today. Okay, Tank Dell. Tank is gonna play. Okay, so they have all 3 wide receivers. Titus Howard, the offensive tackle, he's just questionable. Damian Pierce remains sidelined, so he's not playing. All right. Like I said, man, I'm going with Houston here. If I look at both defenses, I like the people in Houston more. If I look at both quarterbacks, yes, Josh Allen is an absolute monster. But if I look at weapons, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Stephon Diggs and Dalton Schultz with Joe Mixon, you just cannot bat an eye at that. So I'm going with Texans there. Let me write these down. I haven't wrote these down at all. I'm dumb. Hold up. Let me write these down real quick. We went Bucks. Week 5. We went Bucks. And then we went Bucks, Vikings. After the Vikings, we went Ravens. After the Ravens, we went Jags. I'm trying to spell, and it's splitting my my eyes. Then we went Dolphins. After the Dolphins, we went Commanders. After the Commanders, we went Texans. And then after the Texans, Panthers, Bears, we're going Bears. I just believe that defense is going to be insane and get after Sam Darnold. I think they're going to rush the passer with Montez Sweat. Having Jalen Johnson back there along with Jaquan Brisker and Tyreek Stevenson. I just think that defense is too much and Caleb is getting better. I don't think Sam Darnold has enough. I don't think Jordan Brooks is playing either. This is week 5. He should have been back already from the ACL. He should have been back like last week. He's not even on. Yeah, he's not even on like the injury report. That means he's not even like on there. Like he's not even close to coming back. Speaking of Montez, he was just questionable. All right, so I guess he's playing. Tevin Jenkins, really important guard. Didn't practice. All right, so that's an if. But like I said, like Carolina on defense doesn't have enough to rush the passer, and the Bears have been getting better offensively as we move on through the season. Raiders Broncos. I'm going with Broncos here. I just think Bo Nix is better than Gardner Minshew at this point. No Devontae Adams. I believe no Max Crosby as well. The Broncos have a 52.6% chance to hamstring. He's not playing. That being Devontae. I guess Max might be playing because he's not on the injury report. Michael Mayer, nope, he's not practicing. He has personal. Masterson, he is practicing, so he should play. Alex Singleton, the linebacker for the Broncos. Ooh, injured reserve. That's not good. Baron Browning, injured reserve. That's not good. Mike McGlinchey, injured reserve. Audric Estime, injured reserve. All right, so they're lost for 4 games at least. I still think the Broncos have everything that they need to beat them, so I'm gonna go Denver. 49ers, Cardinals, 49ers. As much as I love Kyler and Marvin Harrison Jr., this is an easy one. This is 49ers right here. Trent Williams is still there. Nick Bosa is still there. Brock Purdy's healthy. If we look at Trey McBride, concussion, he'll play because he practiced today. Kelvin Beachum, important, just questionable. Matt Prater, the place kicker, that's also important. Didn't practice. He's probably not playing. Kittle Kittle was a non-participant in Thursday's practice. Got to watch out for that. Ufanga, limited participant. He'll play. I don't know who Jacob Cowing is. Fred Warner did not participate in Wednesday's practice. That's got to be something to watch out for. Chris Conley did not practice with the oblique. He's not playing. Still going with the 49ers, though. Still got Ayuk. Still got Debo. Still got Trent. No CMC, but I think that they have enough. Still got Juwan Jennings. So I think that they'll be fine. Although Kyler could pull something out of his hat, but I don't think he will. So I'm going to go Niners there. Packers-Rams is a really tough game, but I'm going with the Packers here. I just believe that they're fully healthy. Christian Watson is doubtful, but they barely don't use him, so it doesn't matter. Luke Musgrave, he was a non-participant, so the tight end won't play. Romeo Dobbs didn't practice Thursday due to personal reasons. All right, so he'll play, hopefully. Kenny Clark, DNP for Wednesday's practice. He might play. He's a veteran, so he might play. Then we have DeMarcus Robinson for the Rams. He was a limited fashion. He should play. Darius Williams, he's on IR. He's done. Cooper Kupp is out. Puka Nacua is out. Yeah, so I just think Green Bay has way more offense, better, fuller defense. And I think the Rams just don't have enough, even with Stafford. He just doesn't have enough with Kyron on the other side of the ball to offset the Packers' offensive onslaught. Giants Seahawks, we're going Seahawks here. It's just Geno versus Daniel Jones. Geno's playing his ass off. Dory Jackson, number one corner. He was a limited participant, so he'll play. Wandale, he's gonna play. Brian Burns, he's gonna play. Devin Singletary won't practice Thursday. Groin. Interesting. Gotta watch out for that. DK, limited at practice. He'll play. Kenneth Walker, limited at practice. He'll play. Boy Mafe didn't practice. Got to watch out for that. That's one of the linebackers that rushes the passer. Jerome Baker practiced. He'll play the good linebacker. And Julian Love, their leader on defense, also will play. He was limited in practice. Yeah, I'm going to go Seahawks here. I don't think it's particularly close. I think Malik Neighbors might have a good game, but I doubt it because he's going against either Reek Woolen or Devin Witherspoon on the other side. So I'm going to go Seahawks there for sure. That's one of my locks of the week right there. Seahawks versus the Giants is one of my locks of the week. My other lock of the week, Vikings against the Jets is my other lock of the week for sure. And I might be thinking the Commanders or the 49ers as my lock of the week as well, for you guys that want to bet. Cowboys Steelers, this is a really tough one because of the defenses and everything. I'm going Steelers. Listen, I don't like you guys, but I am a football guy, and I understand when a team is good and just better than the other team. The reason I say that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to beat Dallas is not just because it is in Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. It's also because Trayvon Diggs will play. Flournoy, he's just questionable, so we don't know. Ezekiel Elliott, limited, he'll play. Kalen Carson, he'll play. DeMarcus Lawrence is on IR, so they already lose one of their defensive ends. Cordero Patterson didn't practice, probably not going to play. Jaylen Warren didn't practice, probably not going to play. Russell Wilson, he's not practicing. He got ruled out already. He's not going to be the starter anyway. He's healthy, but he's not going to be a starter anyway. Ogunjobi is questionable, and Alex Highsmith is out with the groin. So he's eyeing an October 20th return. But overall, you can't block T.J. Watt. Dallas cannot block just T.J. Watt. Pittsburgh is going to run down their throat, even with concrete. This is the battle of the concrete shoes. This is battle versus Najee Harris and Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, I just think Pittsburgh got home with that defense. Justin Fields playing a lot better. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Pittsburgh, even though I don't like you guys, but you know, got to give it to you guys when you guys are good. Now, don't shit the bed now, especially not against the Cowboys. And then on Monday, I'm going to do the prediction for Monday Night Football now. If anything, I retouch it on the Monday episode. But on Monday, Saints Chiefs, we're going Chiefs there. Do I think that they'll go after Devontae Adams? They should, but I don't think the Raiders are willing to give them that. So they better teach Xavier Worthy how to run routes, use Jalen Watson to the best of their ability. Rashee Rice doesn't appear to be completely out. We'll see next week. But, as for the injuries, DeMario Davis, he'll play. Jawan Johnson, he'll play. You got Peyton Turner, the end. He's questionable. Maybe he'll play. Shane Lemieux, questionable. Talisi Fuaga, questionable. So they might play. Then Mike Dana, the end. Calf, limited. Okay, so he'll play. Kareem Hunt, he'll play. He was limited. McCole Hardman, he'll play. He was participant. Okay, so they're going to use him for sure. Rashee Rice is on IR for now. And then Kyle Edwards-Helaire was designated for return on practice Wednesday. So we'll see if he plays on Sunday because it was a non-football injury. But I'm going with the Chiefs. I think Mahomes just gets better and better. Travis is going to have another good day against this New Orleans defense. And I think this Chiefs defense is one of the best in the league with Chris Jones and all their young talent in the back end. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs there. All right, guys. If we touch up a little bit on MLB and the predictions for next week, right now it is 0-0, top of the third, Mets Brewers with 2 outs. Saturday we got Tigers Guardians. I believe it's going to be Scoobs. Undecided. The Tigers are undecided. They still can't pitch Skubal. Maybe Reese Olson, but it's against Tanner Bybee in Cleveland. In that series, I might pick Cleveland, but I like the Tigers, man. I like what they got in the batting order. Phillies versus Mets or Brewers. I think the Phillies got that. They have the best pitching staff along with the Padres. Yankees Royals. I think the Yankees take game 1. It's Michael Walker versus Garrett Cole. I think Garrett Cole shuts it down. I think Yankees take game 1. Judge has a good game, and so does Soto. And then Padres, Dodgers. You got Yoshinobu Yamamoto versus Dylan Cease, 2 strikeout kings. I'm going to go LA just because, I think Shohei and Mookie and Freeman are ready for the moment. I think that overall, got to watch Joe Musgrove, though, because he left. He will undergo an MRI and right elbow on Thursday. So got to watch out for the Padres pitching rotation. If they lose Musgrove, that's a big hit because then it's just Michael King and Dylan Cease. Then you got to pull like somebody like Vasquez or something like that or Sanchez to fill in. But you still got Yu Darvish, so you got a pretty good number 4 that has been in the playoffs before. But I'm going with the Dodgers in game 1. I think I'm going with the Dodgers in that series. I just think the Ohtani, Mookie, and Freeman are just too much for that Padres. Even though that Padres lineup is still stacked. But, in a 5-game series, I think that overall the Dodgers will probably outlast them. Thank you very much. I love you guys. God bless you. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, follow me on all my socials. I love you guys, and I leave you all with the outro.
El Exec, el Exec, el Exec. El Vele, el Vele, el Vele. El fenómeno que todos quieren ser. El chamaquito que no puede